Now let's focus firstly on Bruno Fernandes, who just signed a brand new contract, and obviously he's been phenomenal for Manchester United ever since he joined. But coming to you first, Sharpe, what do you make of it? Because as good as he's been, his stats have actually regressed from the first half season he joined, where he was averaging 1.13 goals or assists per match. It dipped to about 0.86, I think, in his second season, which was the last one. Now it's gone down to 0.58. So there is a huge drop-off in his contribution in that sense. I know it's not all his fault. People have to finish the chances he creates, and he is still creating plenty. But with a contract that was due to expire in 2025, there was no real rush to get him to sign it, and to double his wages as well before a new manager is officially appointed, who maybe might not fancy him. I know that's unlikely to say, but you just never know. What do you make of it?
I think it's a really strange decision. Like you say, I get criticised a little bit. I'm sort of sat on the fence with Bruno. I think when he came in, he was absolutely out of this world, scoring goals, creating chances. He lifted the whole team under Ollie. And I think he's sort of dwindled a little bit ever since that. I think, I know he does brilliant things and at times and flashes in games, but I think he gives the ball away a little bit too cheaply in dangerous positions. I think he's sloppy with some of his easier passes. And the way the team have performed this season, I'm not sure it's right to be giving anybody a new contract. And like you say, there's a new manager coming in. Is he going to fit into the manager's structure? He was going to be there till 2025 anyway. So I can't really, at the moment, see the positives of why they've done this. Yeah,
what was being reported from our friends at The Athletic, it's 240,000 to 290,000 per week, his bump in salary increase. That's dependent on Champions League qualification. And the extension itself, Brunty, is only by 1 year, with an option of an extended year. So currently, 2026. What do you make of the situation?
Yeah, look, I suppose like players have all the power nowadays, don't they? You know, you just never know. Obviously, Man United haven't probably done as well as what they would have wanted to over the last couple of seasons, and you know, agents and speculation and stuff. I'm sure he's probably had a little bit of interest from other clubs, and maybe that's why Man United have acted quickly to try and tie him down. But I think as well, from a media point of view, you know, the season's not been great, but you know, that's a positive for Man United to put out there, isn't it? Like for the fans and stuff, to see one of their better players obviously signing a contract and committing to the club. But you know, obviously these clips that are on the TV at the minute probably aren't doing him much justice. Like, but look, it's difficult. It's a difficult one for him, isn't it? Like, Man United haven't been playing well. He's been creating chances, but like you say, there's maybe not. They've not put as many in the way as possibly they have done in the previous season, which, you know, players obviously always go through like sort of lean spells, don't they? And you know, he's just in one at the minute.
Still, I mean, Sharpie, 9 goals, 14 assists for him this campaign in all competitions, and you have to also factor in that Cristiano Ronaldo has arrived, his fellow countryman, and penalty duties, for example, are not going to go to him. So his stats you would expect it to be lower because he can't be involved in that, can he? You can't have 2 people taking a penalty at the same time. Free kicks is another one.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, I don't want to say he's not a good player. I think he is a really good player. I think offensively he opens doors that other players can't open with through balls and goals and assists. So I'm not saying he's not a good player. I just think, you know, the team have been struggling this year, and you generally look for your senior players, your star players, to step up and pull the team through it. And I think in games he's sort of been very, very quiet, especially against the top 4 or 5 teams. I see him throwing his arms up in the air when the ball's not quite right to him, or he gets knocked over, and I just think it's not what the team have needed this season. They need someone to roll the sleeves up and lead by example, a little bit like, you know, back in the day, Brian Robson or Roy Keane, even David Beckham, to that extent, came back from England duties one year and just outran everybody and outworked, and I just don't see that from him. Like I say, I know he's got that little bit of a gift to unlock defences, but he still needs to do a little bit more if he's going to be paid that sort of money and given that sort of contract.
Does that frustrate teammates, Brunty, when you have a player? I mean, Sharpe was just mentioning throwing your arms up in the air, and it has been pointed out, I think, by quite a few critics that He does try to appeal to the ref on a frequent basis during the course of a match. How do the teammates, how do opponents react to that?
I suppose teammates are probably just used to it, aren't they? You know, that's him. That's probably his character, the way he is, and you know, obviously he's a top player. So when you're in his team, it's great and it's going your way. But obviously when it's not, like Sharpe said, you know, sometimes you need people to just roll their sleeves up and get on with it. And that's maybe not just the type of character he is. But you know, obviously as an opponent, you rub your hands together, don't you? You see somebody get frustrated and you have another go at him. You have a little nibble at him and you know, try and wind him up. And that's you know, going to Old Trafford as an opponent, that's always what you tried to do. You tried to keep the crowd quiet, get them frustrated, and you know, if you could maybe wind somebody up, you used to do it straight away, and you know, try and leave a few sneaky ones on him. Yeah.
Before we go for a break, I just want to pick up one more point you made, Sharpe, about Bruno Fernandes and his track record in the biggest matches, say against fellow Big Six sides, and perhaps it's not as well seen as some of the other matches against the rest of the Premier League. Why is that the case, do you think?
Well, I think the bigger, better teams have bigger, better players, and I think they're a little bit wiser. They understand the game that little bit better, and they think a little bit quicker. So I think they know how to mark him. I don't think he's electrifyingly quick. So to get away from people is a little bit more difficult for him. But no, I just think better teams have better defenders, and they know how to play against him.
What does that say about Bruno Fernandes then, Sharpe?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like I say, you know, at Manchester United, with the players they have and the amount of possession that they have, as an attacking midfielder or a sort of number 10 where he plays, he should be on the ball a lot. He should be creating chances a lot, and he should get a lot of chances. And you know, you've got probably one of the best strikers ever to grace a football field in Cristiano Ronaldo. And if you're putting him on a plate for him and he's not scoring, then you know, you can sort of hold your hands up and say, yeah, it's not his fault. But I still think defensively and in positions of when United are under the cosh a little bit in defending, and the ball comes out to him on the halfway line, he needs to hold that ball up to give the lads a bit of a respite to get out, to get up the other end of the pitch. And I think in situations like that, he's just a little bit lightweight and gives the ball away and puts his team under pressure a little bit too much.